Good evening. What's up, brothers? We got joining in Major Havoc. Good to see you. Snap at you photography. Warren, Mr. Kennedy, Northeast Fishing and Firearms Training. What's up, man? Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Gonna wait for some more people to join in. I think we're gonna have a good topic here. Let's talk shop. Your first firearm. I think that's something we can all discuss and talk about. Christian, thank you for joining. Coy, what's going on? Appreciate you for joining. We're gonna wait for some more people to come in. So a great topic. We're going to talk about my first firearm purchase. Give it another 2 minutes. How's everybody doing tonight? All right, sorry about that. All right, so just to let everybody know, we're going to have a 2A in LA. What's up, my brother? Good to have you on. Just to let everybody know, there will be a giveaway tonight. I won't say what it is and how it's going to happen. Armchair operator, what's good, my brother? It's good to have you on there. One moment. All right, got me to have it. Julian, what's up? Good to see you, man. Hopefully get you out at the next competition. Major Havoc. That was a good review you did on I'm sorry. Sorry, getting a lot of messages here. I apologize. That was a good review you did on the Watchtower, the Apache. Great job on that. You really got me interested in purchasing one of those next year. G Collector, thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it. Juan, good to thank you, sir, for joining. Gina, there she is. Now I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody down at Arm 5 down in Atlanta. It'll be nice to connect with everybody. All right, so Christian, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. All right. Okay. Now, other stuff we'll go over when people start joining in. All right, guys, thanks for joining. My third live. I think I got all the bugs worked out. Big Easy, what's good, man? Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. All right, so I want to have this topic, your first firearm that you ever purchased. So what I want everybody to do, just to start off, post the first firearm you ever posted. And that'll just lead off into our discussion. I got a couple of guests that's going to be joining so we can talk about some of our stories about their first firearm. Did we do research? Did we educate ourselves? Was the first things that we seen that we picked up? Big mistakes that we seen other first-time gun buyers did. We're just going to touch on a lot of topics. So if everyone can list, post their first firearm they ever purchased, and that's going to lead into the giveaway. So, and the giveaway is going to be something. Christmas is going to come early this year. Now, just type it in. Just type it in, and I'll see it there. And every time someone type it in, I'll post it to the site, to the live. All right, so Jana's was a Canik TP9, and she still has it. Whoa, XE first gun, man. That is something. Oh, we got a armchair operator, Smith & Wesson Model 645, Colt Series 70. Whew. Okay. Brent, good to see you, man. Ruger SR9, 22 years ago. Wow. Glock 17, Glock 19. Eric, good to see you, man. 1911 Auto Ordnance, Ruger P89, MVP full size, Mr. Kennedy. Oh, did I miss somebody? Willie High Point YC9. Okay. TBG, good to see you, man. Thanks for joining. Glock 23. Thanks for joining, man. Arms, man. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. All right, so just to give a little updates. Next year, I'm heading down to RM5. Me and Frank Bank from the Bunker Gun Shop is going to be heading down there. We're also going to be doing SHOT Show. So a lot of traveling going on next year. And I want to give a big shout out to Greg Fuller Jr. of Fuller Mag. I'm sorry. Fuller Mag. He just joined the Team Blacksmith shooting team. And someone that we all know, Kwesi Asante. I'll be sponsoring him going into next year. Premier shooter along with Warren Kennedy, RN Tactical, Ricky Ross, that's aligned with RN Tactical, and also E Squared, my man Omar, Big Omar. So a lot of things going on next year, a lot of things in the works. Also, we're going to be looking for land up here in Delaware or somewhere in Pennsylvania. So we're going to open up a gun range, tour training facility for Team Blacksmith and any other trainers that want to come out there and use the facility. So a lot of big things going on next year. So we're going to make that stuff work, reach out to a lot of people to see if they want to use the facility. If you ever come out, we do some YouTube videos, do some collaboration. So I will keep everybody posted on that stuff. But look for a lot of big things coming from Team Blacksmith. Our competition shooters. I mean, we're just going to be traveling all over the place. So big shout out to the team for that. All right, so I got two guests that I'm going to introduce. I'll say they're all the best guests, but one is more well-known than myself and everybody else. So first, I want to introduce my man, Ricky Nevis from RN Tactical.
What's going on, Mike, man? How you doing? How you going?
Good, man. Linked up with this guy over Instagram, man. It was an instant connection, man. He joined the team. I mean, he was all in Team Blacksmith right out the gate. So yep. I was really to fall back until this guy came in and just re-sparked my passion to get back into competition shooting and doing the YouTube. So big ups to Ricky. Thank you, sir. You're definitely a blessing.
Mike, thank you. I want to say thank you to give me this opportunity. You right to invite me to your channel. I guess this is your third live, right? So I feel,
Yeah, very
I
live,
feel
man.
special for man. I appreciate that invitation, and I want to say good evening, blessing to all the followers and people watching us today.
All right, so the next man that needs no introduction whatsoever, and this guy just brings a different type of energy to YouTube. I mean, other than his collection that's like surpassing mine, but this guy's just next level. A lot of people at his level with regards to the the people in the audience he commands, the energy that he brings to the table, he's still humble. Very humble attitude, very approachable. I love this guy. We instantly connected. Went out there to go check him out, man. Just welcomed me into his city, hooked up at his favorite gun shop. They love him there, but no introduction needed. My man 2A in LA, big man on campus.
What's good, fam? What's good?
What's up, man? Thank you, brother, for joining. I appreciate you, man. Nothing but love and respect over here, Team Blacksmith.
Thank you for having me, man. Always glad to hang out with my guy for a little bit and be on the panel. I thought the topic today was awesome as well. So thanks for having me on, and much love to everybody in the chat that supports me and that supports Team Blacksmith. For sure. And I'm glad to hear you're going to be at SHOT Show. I will see you there. I'll be out there. I'll be back there this year and at Arm 5.
Awesome. Someone got jokes.
Right. We ignore her most of the time, so don't even worry about it.
Number love for Gina. What's up, Ross? Ross Alicia, part of Team Blacksmith. Thanks for joining, brother. All right, so the topic is your first firearm. So mine I'm gonna keep under wraps for now because that's going to roll into what the giveaway is going to be in at the end of the live, towards the end of the live. So if you're just joining, please post the first firearm that you ever got. And to win the giveaway, it may be a win-lose situation. I don't think there's going to be a winner, but keep posting what you have, your first firearm that you post. So hopefully someone will get lucky tonight. All right, so my first experience getting a firearm, I did no research whatsoever. I didn't know the difference between a double action, single action, 2011, single stack, production, open, no clue. I just went there out of fear of all the nonsense that was going on in Philadelphia at the time and worried about people busting through my door, and I got a bat and a knife. I was like, you know what? Let me suck it up. Let me go out there and purchase a gun and get familiar with it and used with it and know how to use it. So that was my first time buying that gun. And like I said, I really didn't like it. Very heavy trigger, double action. I'm probably giving it away right now. But like I said, I only had that gun for probably 6 months, and I traded it in when I first got my first 2011, which was the Bull Armory. Fast 2 Air. But that was my first gun. So let's move it on to you, Rick. What was your first firearm?
So believe it or not, my first firearm, it was I don't know if you might know, but it was from Cobra Firearms. It called the Patriot. That thing never fired around, not even to save my life. Yeah, and then after that, I changed it because I realized my life depends, and then just in a case of self defense. So I upgrade to the SD9 VE, and I had that for a while. It was a great gun. Never gave me an issue. But yeah, like I was trying to go cheap, and that gun, I think I paid like $125, but never shoot around. Never. Yep. So that was my experience with a cheap gun.
2A, I'm really interested in what your first firearm was.
So we have to divide, and my story is very similar to yours.
Okay.
We have to divide my first gun into two separate purchases.
Got you.
Both were inspired, similar to you, by what was going on around me at the time. My first gun I bought a long, long time ago. I was just barely old enough to be able to buy a firearm at the time that all the Rodney King stuff went on out here in California. And I was like, I got to get a gun. So I went down to a local surplus store and I bought an all chrome Davis Industries 380 that I still have to this day.
Oh wow!
I bought this gun not knowing jack. Like I bought it because I thought it looked cool because it was chrome. It was heavy. It probably had like a 9-pound trigger. It was awful. It was awful, right? And so, and then what I really call my first gun was right around 2020 when all the pandemic stuff started and all that stuff was going on. At that point, I was a full-fledged adult. I was, more intelligent about my buying choices, and I went down the rabbit hole. And if anybody is really analytical like me and really believes in doing your homework, I went to YouTube and I probably watched like 1,000 YouTube videos to try to choose my first gun. Now, what I didn't realize was how crazy California gun laws were. So I thought once I chose my gun, I could go to any gun store and they would have all the guns there and I could just pick out the gun I wanted. I didn't realize that California had a handgun roster and you were super limited as to what you could buy and what was available. So I bought the best thing that I could buy, I felt like, at the time, which was a Beretta PX4 Storm.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that was really my first real gun that I said I bought as an adult where I could, I had some kind of approach to my purchase. But that's how I started.
You know what I was disappointed with my first firearm purchase was when I went to, I won't name the place, but they said, what you want? I was like, well, I want to buy a gun. It's like, which one you like? I said, I like that one. Okay, there you go. They didn't give me nothing. Like, hey, feel it, pull the trigger. This is this. Right. They gave me no education, no knowledge behind my gun purchase. And I think a lot of people run into that issue. They're so quick to make a sale.
Yeah.
They won't even, they say, hey, the gun's not for you, but I'm gonna sell it to you anyway. It's like selling a kid a shotgun. Yeah, put slugs in there, you'll be okay.
Yep. Kind of a similar situation what happened to me. The guy said, oh yeah, just take it. It's a great gun, it's small, you can conceal. And I just, that was a bad choice.
Yeah, I don't go. I can go to that place now because I know more about guns, and they try to sell me something like, yeah, I'm not buying that.
Yeah, good luck.
But that's the one thing I like about the Bunker Gun Shop. I wish Frank could join tonight, but he had emergency. You go there, they will turn away business if they feel as though the gun's not for you, and they will educate you on your purchase. If the gun's not for you and they feel as though you can't handle it, they like, nope, they'll take it right out of your hands. Like, do some more homework or buy this gun. We believe this one can work better for you. Even that gun could be like $3,000 or $4,000. They say, buy this $800 gun. Right. So that's what I appreciate about those guys. But Toy, what do you think is the most common mistake that people make with their first time?
I think they make the mistake that I made, which is they buy what looks good versus what is going to serve their needs. I have a general rule. If I walk into a gun store and they have a pink or a turquoise sky, I just walk out. I just turn around and walk out because I think you're trying to cater to somebody who is ill-informed, right?
Right.
And there's no way anybody should be buying a gun like that, right? And so The fact that you're carrying it, I don't care. People who want to buy that gun, buy it because it is very, very inexpensive and because it matches their purse or whatever the case may be, right?
Mhm.
And so I think that's the mistake a lot of people make. They go in either asking for something that they've heard about on some video game or TV show or whatever, or they buy it based on how the gun looks aesthetically. And I think you couldn't have worse advice regarding, what you should choose for your first gun.
That's true. And
Yeah.
how about you, Rick?
I kind of am the same boat with the 2A in LA. They're trying to go how the gun looks, but they don't do the research how the gun works, how liable can be that gun, especially like if you're going out to have you got money just to buy one gun. Depending on the situations going on around you, you should do your research and try and look out for the kind of, I would say, the best gun for the buck, right? Because not everybody will have $1,000 for this first gun, but you guys know better that out there for under $500 you can get a great handgun.
Yeah.
A great handgun that will be liable and like I always say, like, don't go for the look. Don't go for the look. A lot of cool guns that they look cool that they're just not good.
And I would say don't go for the price either, because I feel like, and I've heard people say this on other channels, and I think it's true. I feel like we are in really the glory days of gun manufacturing.
Yep.
That all of the bugs and stuff that were going on, 10, 15, 20 years ago, we've got it figured out now. You can buy a polymer striker fire gun for $400, $500 that's going to go bang every single time. It's going to be incredibly reliable. And you don't, just because it's cheap doesn't mean, I shouldn't say cheap, just because it's inexpensive does not mean that it's unreliable. And so, for $75 more, $100 more, you can get a great gun than the $200 Sky or whatever. Now, I shouldn't keep bashing Sky. I'm just saying that
just as
the guns that I see people going for just because of the price tag.
No, I agree. And the one thing I appreciate about your intro that I think a lot of people just gloss over, like when you say, hey, don't take this as fact, don't take it as law, do your own research and come up with your own conclusion.
Right.
On point all the time when you say that. And I think people miss that point before they go into your videos and your reviews.
Right.
It's like, did y'all listen to the first part before you got to this part and start dropping all this other stuff out like that?
And what I do is, when I first got into this gun space, like I said, really back in 2020, I didn't know a whole lot. I kind of started my channel to kind of document my gun journey, right? But now, obviously, I have a big community. If I can't tell you how many, for those who don't know behind the scenes, how many times I'll reach out to Team Blacksmith and say, hey, what do you think about this gun? What do you think about that? So now I have a family of friends that I can lean on to get input regarding different guns. But I always say, go to as many different sources as you can. Glean knowledge from a lot of different places so that you can have a more well-rounded perspective, so you can make a more informed decision. As knowledgeable as I think I am about certain aspects, there's tons of stuff. The more I learn about guns, the more I realize I don't know anything about guns, if that makes sense. Yeah. And so I say, if you reach and gain knowledge from a lot of different places, then you likely will come up with a more informed, more solid choice. And you shouldn't lean on any one individual.
That's true. So this question here by Dean, this looks 95% of the whole experience. Now, to fall back to what he said, aesthetics over functionality, or the practical purpose of the gun. Now, if you're going to get a concealed carry, get a Glock, get a Smith & Wesson MP9. Look, I know we got some high-end EDCs in our collection between me and 2A. They are, in my opinion, they are in my rotation. Now, are they more showpieces than anything else? I can say yes. Now, if I ever had to use it to save my life, oh yes, I'm going to use it if I have it on me in my rotation. But if your purpose is self-protection, the aesthetic part, hey, if you can do it that way, great. But remember, in certain states, if you use it in self-defense, it's a good possibility that the cops are going to confiscate the gun for evidence.
Oh, they are going to confiscate it without a doubt.
So think about that before you carry a $2,500 EDC on your hip.
Yep.
Are you willing to let that go when that that moment comes? Because yes, they are. That's 2A confirmed. And before I go any further, I got to introduce another guy to the stream. This guy right here, man. I'm telling you, when I first started, when I had 10 subscribers to my channel, this guy reached out to me on Instagram. Automatic connection. This guy's now in North Carolina, probably one of the best trainers. I've had to turn around. He has hundreds of people that he's training week after week. We connected, man. He reached out to me, man. And like I said, we had an instant connection, just like me, Ricky, 2A in LA, Warren Kennedy, Trayvon, the #1 dope instructor. What's up, my man?
What's going on, man? I had a few technical difficulties over here, man.
It's all good.
Hope everybody can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Now, this guy's I can't even talk about your resume right now, but I can talk about your hidden talent. This guy's an undercover comedian. He's about to go in that direction. But the topic is tonight, as you know, your first firearm. I'm sure Trayvon has seen it all with his students. What's some of the common first firearms that you see your students purchase?
Oh, man. I mean, of course. I mean, everybody, I heard you guys saying it, but everybody goes for looks, man. I see the nice, pretty pink gun. I see the nice, pretty purple gun. But and I'm very mindful of, I watch when people buy firearms, and I always say, look, buy once, cry once. However, if that's the firearm that you want, I guarantee nobody's going to volunteer stand in front of that gun while you squeeze the trigger. It may or may not work, but man, I've seen a lot of stuff, man, on the range, man. I don't even want to bash any of the brands, but I see a lot of it, man.
Yeah. All right. No, don't have to disclose any names or any guns, because I'm sure they're like, hey, that's me.
Right.
But like I said, a lot of my guns I purchased were all aesthetics. I was like, oh, it looks cool. The only gun that I bought that looked good and actually worked well was the first time was the Bull Armory SAS-2 Air. And I called that my John Wick gun because I couldn't afford I didn't want to spend the money on an actual Combat Master. I thought $2,000 was whoa, are you kidding me? I just spent $2,000 on a gun. And that kind of started it all right there. I'm sure 2A can hold on. What was your first big purchase, 2A? What was your first gun you purchased?
So it's funny because when I learned enough about guns to know what a staccato was, right? And I found out like a staccato P, staccato C2, like those guns were like $2,500. I was like, $2,500? What in the hell? I couldn't even, the thought of spending $2,500 on a firearm was beyond me. I was like, this is insane. Like, what do the bullets automatically, are they heat sensor? Do they find their way to the target? Like, what? And now look at me. I got over 25 2011s in my collection. So it's insane. But I think the first major one was a staccato P.
Staccato P? Okay.
Yeah. I did a CZ Shadow too, but that's like over $2,000. My first one was a staccato P.
All right. How about you, Trayvon?
Oh, man, the first big purchase, man, as far as a handgun was, man, it was probably and an STI host, custom host.
Really?
Yeah, man. That was the one that man, I had to really pray on that thing, man. I was like, man, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. Man, I can't do this, man. I gotta live. I can't do this. But man, when I when I did it, man, I don't know what happened. Like after, and I know you guys have done it before, but after you make that first purchase, it's like, man, I gotta get another one. I gotta do it again.
That's why you get the bug.
Yeah, man.
The bug is
Yep.
nasty. It's nasty. I don't know if it's I took some medicines, kind of wearing off, but I don't know. I think next year is going to hit that reset button because somebody's just like getting kind of way ahead of me here with some last couple of nice pickups there. Now,
Hey man, look, man, you guys can have it, man. I'm I'm just watch you guys, man. If I don't, man, I'm gonna have to move up to Philly or move out to Cali with you guys, man.
Hey, Patrick, Agent 2 Down, what's going on? Thank you for joining. Big Willie, a couple of shout outs here. Major Havoc, he's saying performance first, no doubt. Absolutely.
Yep.
Now, I mean,
here's the one thing that I would definitely say that about.
Yeah.
Don't take looks are great. That's all good. Never sacrifice looks for reliability, though. That's a compromise you can't make.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel about some of these like colorful guns or whatever. Like, don't sacrifice because you think that color looks cool. Don't sacrifice reliability. Now, if you got the choice between a super dope gun that costs $2,000 and you want it versus that's also really reliable, and you got a reliable gun that says, well, both are reliable, then that's fine. But don't buy an unreliable firearm ever.
And to add to what you said, reliability is one thing, and also what I'm telling my students is, look, you sacrifice, $50 here, or you save $50 here, but guess what? You're gonna spend that $50 on training with that firearm with that heavier trigger, or training with that firearm. Now we're jumping into reliability, that firearm that doesn't like to eat this ammunition or doesn't like to eat that ammunition. So now that $50 that you saved in the beginning, you spent 3-4 times that amount on training.
100%. And once you get more comfortable, you're not going to want that gun anymore. You're going to end up having to buy another gun. If you're the kind of person just going to buy the gun, it's going to sit in your nightstand and you're never going to shoot it. Okay, whatever. But if you actually get out and start shooting that gun, the second you experience better guns and you feel like what a gun really should feel like, you're not going to want that gun anymore. You're going to have to spend more money to get an upgrade.
It's true. That's true. And that
was
was
give me 1 second. I'm going to step off camera for 1 second.
Okay. That's true. Like some of my, I was purchasing great guns. I still had in the beginning, had no clue how they actually worked or how they performed. I was like, oh, I got an XC. It shot great. I got out the world. Put a red dot on there, had no training whatsoever. And I think that's another big thing. A lot of people, like myself in the beginning, oh, I got this gun because I watched this YouTube channel. It shoots great. Oh, I can shoot like that.
Yep.
Take it to a competition. Got the red dot on. I'm shooting something 15 yards missing left and right. I'm like, hold on. The guy on the YouTube video didn't miss. So someone smarter than myself tapped me on the shoulder. He said, where do you have your red dot zeroed? I'm like, zeroed? I don't know, 5 yards? He's like, 5 yards? You got to have your red dot zero at least 15, 20 yards. I'm like, how do you do that? He's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Right there, man, I started taking some courses, training courses. I mean, I don't know how much ammo I wasted with these high-end guns I had, thinking I can go to a competition. Next thing I know, I'm lighting it up. I actually took my Combat Master, first edition Combat Master to a Steel Challenge. Missing like crazy, but I look cool. Like, he said, "Oh, you got a combat master." Next thing you know, I was like, "It's not shooting like those guys on the video." You know,
It happens. It happens.
It's a humbling experience. Thinking, hard lesson, but I still had a great gun. But right there, I was like, you know what? I better get some training, better get some instructions on how to zero a red dot, how to actually pull a trigger, how to grip the gun correctly. So, you know, anybody that's on the chat listening right now, I mean, no doubt these guns are great, but if you're not getting the right training, being safe around it, that's why we can enjoy what we can enjoy and have a good time with it, because we do have that training and everything else instilled with us, the safety and everything else. Trayvon, he knows. You get out there, he gives that training and know that when people walk out, they're going to be safe. They're going to be safe. So first time buying a gun, if you can just pass on the knowledge and understanding that if you see someone buying something that you know, talk to them. Like, look, why are you buying it? What type of gun are you buying? Did you do any research on it? You know, try to stop them right out the gate so they don't make the same mistakes I made. I know that. So I never had no one in my corner to help me purchase a firearm. So
I'm gonna share a just kind of piggyback off of what you said. I'm gonna share a quick story. I trained with a student this weekend. She trained with me a few years ago, but she wanted that pretty gun. You know, she wanted to have something pretty, and she trained with me. She did well, and then pretty much put the gun up for several years. Put the gun up for 2 or 3 years. She was just in a situation here 2 weeks ago where she had to pick up that firearm and use it. The firearm failed on her. However, she did get off a couple shots, but after the second shot, it jammed on her and jammed on her again. But that was enough to get the guy away from her.
good.
So true story, you know, for those that want the pretty guns, and for those that, you know, that buy the guns and just leave them sitting around and don't, you know, oil them and clean them and all that good stuff. That, I mean, it could have cost her life. But she got back in there with me this weekend, and she feels confident again, and we're back on it.
Oh, good. Oof. That's scary.
I'll say this too. Like, I don't hold myself to be out to be a competition shooter or anything like that. I don't consider myself a high level marksman. What I will do is I'll hit what I'm aiming at. That's for sure. And I certainly have the fundamentals. I've done enough training to have the fundamentals down. But I'll say this, that having a very busy full-time job and running a YouTube channel that's pushing out content, it's very different shooting a video for YouTube than training. The two are not the same.
They're not.
Shooting a lot and training a lot is very different also. If you're just going to, and this is I'm not trying to call out anybody or put down anybody. Please don't take it that way. But if all you're doing is going to a local indoor gun range and shooting at a static target at a slow rate of fire, yes, there are things you can certainly work on 100%, but that's not really training you for a self-defense situation. No. Get yourself some real training. One of the things that I've committed to, I had a bum knee, so I lost like really a year in my development. So now I'm kind of back in the swing of things. One of the things I'm really committing to next year is to really get out and do a lot of training, both in like instruction from quality instructors, as well as purpose-driven singular training with myself, reinforcing the things that I've learned from the classes that I've taken. I think that's just so important.
That's true. That's true. And like I said, it's a big point you made. People go to the range and shoot at static targets. You know, that's great and all that. And, you know, shooting the gun from a table ready position. But think about and Trayvon can piggyback off of this. Think about shooting from concealed, shooting at different angles, shooting where you hear to yourself. Like when I train people out, I would say threat. Like, and I say, think about that in your mind when you see something that you believe is a threat, that word triggers in your head. What type of response are you going to give to that threat when it comes to a concealed carry, home defense? Are you really training yourself in those type of situations? And is that first gun you purchase is going to be the right gun for that situation? We got here.
I used to talk to used to train with an instructor that always talked about breathing techniques, breathing techniques, breathing techniques. And what I tell my students is breathing techniques work when you're at the range. When you're at the range and you got time to put your eyes on, you got time to put your ears on, breathing techniques work. But in a real life situation, those breathing techniques go down the drain. They go down the drain. they go down the drain. I mean, and I don't know if you guys ever attended Lamar's classes, but like Lamar's classes work when you're in the classroom. But but when you get in that delivery room, they go down the drain. I mean, I love my children, but they ruined my life, man. But but no, man. It's hard to create that real life scenario. You know, it's a different type of adrenaline. You know, your cortisol levels are high. So when I tell somebody to train, you try to create that as much as possible, you know, but your breathing techniques will go down the drain.
I think that's why competition shooting is good. Not that it mirrors what a real life situation would be, but it gets your heart rate up. It gets
your heart rate up.
It give you an idea. It give you an idea how's it feel.
Right. And so I can remember when I kind of got into shooting and I started to get good. I had taken a pistol class, indoor pistol class. I started to get good at the range. I started to get really consistent groupings from 5, 10, 15, 20 yards. I thought I was the man, you know. I thought I was the man. And I was like, you know, I'm so good that I should get into competition shooting. I'm sure like I'll be master level after like a month or two at the most, right? So I said, let me take a class so I can get a sense of what it's like. So I go out to this class at Route 66, was outdoor range out here, and they had this really good young kid who was a competition shooter who was giving me and this other guy instruction. And I had my CZ Shadow 2. I had my holster rig. Man, I looked the part. You ever see the guy who comes out to the basketball court? He got an all Jordan gear. Like,
yeah.
A lick, right? That's how I couldn't hit the broadside of a ball. I started trying to run and shoot. My heart rate was elevated. Shots that was relatively close, I was getting C and D's on. I'm like, man, I need work. I need work. And a lot of things too, when you get hyped up and you get anxious, your form goes to crap. All your fundamentals start to fade. And that's when I really learned, I need a lot more work. I need a lot more training. And at that point, I kind of stopped going to indoor ranges because I felt like I wasn't getting what I needed out of it. It was giving me a false sense of security. And I started going to more outdoor ranges where I had my own bay and I could really practice drawing from concealment, shooting while moving, shooting from behind a barricade, being partially concealed, and stuff like that. And then that helped.
Yeah. That's what I tell I do classes here in Pennsylvania, you know, every once in a while. And that's what I told my students. They say, oh, how I can be training, you know, constantly state training when most of the range here, they don't allow you to draw and do stuff like that. I say, hey, it's so easy. Just join a competition like IDPA stuff. At least it keep you moving and stuff like that. You know, it's not realistic, but it keeps your heart rate up. And, you know, it keep you moving. It keep you doing the fundamentals and magazine change, moving. shooting behind barricade and stuff like that. So I don't think it's nothing wrong with it. That's what I told everybody. Like, hey, do once a month. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Here's what I would add to that too. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people don't do it because they're worried about embarrassing themselves. Here's what I would say. I have found people in the gun community to be the most embracing communities out there. They are always willing to help. They are always willing
Yeah.
to, you know, give you some advice, to look out for you, as long as you are safe.
Unless
Yep.
you're on Reddit.
Oh man. Yeah, Reddit, boy, I tell you.
Reddit is something. I don't even think it's real people on Reddit anymore, man.
Oh man.
Too late. Head is running with that one, but
Man, did I? Man, boy. Reddit is where all the people who are unhappy with their lives go.
It really is. It really is.
Oh my God.
I
Man,
don't know, man. It's
can't do it.
you know, when I started posting my videos of my competitions, you know, I was catching some like, oh, you don't deserve that gun. Sell that gun to buy more ammo, buy cheaper gun, buy more training. You know, it just left and right with the comments. You know, no, I don't let it phase me. I used to look at them like, why are they telling me how to spend my money? I mean, it's if I want to check off this money and look bad, and I'm gonna post it on there. You think I really care? No, it's about the journey. You know, just experience different stuff, meeting different people. To me, it's all about relationships.
100%.
And like I said,
all those people forget how they shot the first time they picked up a gun.
Yeah,
like you didn't start off.
I'm telling people
wherever you're at now.
They probably didn't start off.
We don't even know how you shoot.
Yeah, until they were.
Let me see your video. Let me see you shoot.
Yeah, let me. Yep, exactly. Like
They
people
don't even
that
have.
do
They
learn-
don't even have pictures and post up, man. Though it's the
Right,
ones
yeah.
that don't have anything posted or nothing that talk about you.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's always gonna be people that do less than you. Always.
Yeah.
So
I
don't
mean,
pay
there's some
attention to
great
that.
shooters out there that I follow, YouTube, Instagram, and the work they put in. I respect all that stuff because I see them put in the work.
Yeah.
Like Quasi Asante. I mean, that dude's just a machine.
Yeah.
I mean, he shoots almost every weekend. Trying to keep up with that guy, man, is tough. But guys like him put in the work. That's why he's a masterclass shooter. And I ran into some grandmaster shooters. I mean, and like 2A LA says, you know, when, you know, our energy is so divided with the YouTube, doing the videos, doing the reviews and everything else, and trying to make that time, you know, it's really no excuse to put in the work. I'm sure Trayvon can speak on that. You know, if you want to put in the work, put in the work, but don't sit there and be jealous at someone else that's putting in the work and that's a higher class shooter than you or can shoot better than you. You got to respect that. You can't hate on a person that's putting in the work, but at the same time, don't look down at a person that's not at your level and saying, man, you can't shoot. Why you have that gun, or why you doing X, Y, Z? You need more training. I was like, well, I know that. I know I need more training. I know I need to be consistent with dry fire. I know to be consistent with this. But me trying to want to experiment with all guns or shoot all different types of guns, that's my downfall with being consistent with being accurate and, you know, just leveling up in different.
And you know, that's really a good problem to have. You know,
Yeah,
that's a good problem to have. The only time it's not a good problem, the past couple weeks, man, I've spent so much money on ammunition that it's been insane. But yeah, that's a good problem to have, man.
That is, well, yeah, that's true. I mean, it's nice little fallback to have on. But
yeah.
But again, with purchasing that first firearm, education. Once you figure that out, purchase it and hook up with people like Trayvon, 2A, people that knows guns and knows how to shoot them, has the knowledge behind them, just to get you to the point where you are more comfortable and safe around others, and you can pass on that knowledge to others yourself. And like I said, you know, hooking up with Ricky, hooking up with Warren, Omar, Ross, now Greg Fuller, and also Quasi. I mean, it's I see them as higher class shooters than me. If I can't learn from you, it's like if I'm the best shooter on the team, that's a problem. That's a problem. I'm not growing, so I need people that can shoot better than me, have better discipline, dedication, so that can like pour into me, so it makes me better. So, I mean, a lot of people miss that aspect of why I started the team blacksmith, and that was the reason. I was like, look, none of my friends I grew up with are into guns. So anytime I talked about guns with them, it was just like,
what are you talking about?
Right.
like damn. So I was like, I gotta connect with like-minded people that can elevate my knowledge and skills about guns and competitions and everything else. And here we go, connecting with people, building those relationships, and watching 2A in LA. I'm telling you, man, you got the best. I like other channels, but when I watch your channel, man, the energy is just
I
gotta drink a lot of coffee.
I like it too, man. Fam, what is up, fam? Let me tell you, your boy done got
Yep. Different energy right there.
different energy, man. Different energy, man. Much respect, bro.
Hey,
Yep.
bro, appreciate you, bro.
That's what I like, that he always look that he's in the good, in the good mood all the time that he posts a video.
Yeah.
Hey Trayvon, are you going to Arm 5 down in Atlanta?
No, I don't think so, man. I've got here with the election coming up in a few days, not to talk about politics.
Yeah.
But that time normally I get really busy. But here lately I'm just spending a little bit of time just training and shooting some of the stuff that I hadn't had time to shoot, and just training my students. And then so I was at several ranges this past weekend, trained students, then I left and I trained. Weekend before last, trained students, I left, then I trained. So it's gonna be like that for the next few weeks.
Nice.
Oh, okay, good. Hey Dean, regular meetup 5 is going on down in Atlanta. The regular gun guy, he's man, everyone that I've seen, it's always a great event. So that's going on right now. So check out a regular regular gun guy, RGG. Go to his Instagram. The link should be in there for all the information to go to the Arm 5 down in Atlanta. So check them out. Myself, 2A in LA, my man Frank Bank from Bunker Gun Shop. I mean, host of others, guys that do it way better than I do. So I'm gonna follow 2A in LA and his coattails there for a little while to get myself
I will try. I will try to be there. I will try.
All right, cool, man.
I've been to several of them, and I can just say this: it's a wonderful experience. It feels kind of like a family reunion of sorts. You've got a meet and greet day, then there's a women's conference, there's a range day, there's an award show. So over 2 or 3 days, you really get an opportunity to mingle and chat with a lot of people that you see in the chats all the time on the lives, or people who are commenting on your videos or who follow you, and to be able to get to hang around them. And I'll bring some of my nice pieces out and give people opportunities to shoot them. And so it's going to be a good time, man. It's going to be a good time, 100%.
Yeah, we got to make sure we coordinate our guns when we go down there, so we don't, like I said, don't do any overlap.
Right. I told RGG,
and I'm definitely going to try myself.
Okay.
Cool.
So I told RGG we're going to have a 2A in LA team blacksmith station.
Yes.
There you go.
So everybody who wants to come and have the team blacksmith 2A in LA experience, they can come and shoot.
Now you got to bring the lucky devil.
$100,000 worth of guns in one spot.
You got to bring the lucky devil.
Ooh,
that one right there. Man.
Yeah, that one is.
Come on, man. Come on. What are you doing, man?
Man.
All right.
I get it out of jail. I picked that one up on Monday.
Okay.
So be looking out for a review on that. You know, I just picked up an Infinity 2. Yeah, man. So
that's right.
I went kind of crazy this year with my guns. I think I picked up 21 new guns this year.
Man, you
So
did
far.
go crazy. You
Oh,
did go crazy.
yeah.
Don't. It ain't no thinking. You did go. You
No, he
went
went above
crazy.
and beyond in that one.
Hey guys, just real quick, if you want to connect with 2A in LA, #1 dope instructor, reach out to them on their Instagram.
Please do.
Connect with them there if you want any additional information regarding #1 dope instructor, where he does training. Connect with him personally to see if you want to connect with him on that level. A lot of information is not going to be shared on the stream. So if you want to connect with him, do it one-on-one, and just leave it at that. So if you're not getting a response on that stuff, just know that everything is done one-on-one. Everything is business. Nothing's never personal when it comes to training or business itself. But right here, you know, we're just creating a forum to talk about different topics, and just let a lot of people connect. All right,
Hey,
Norwood.
give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna step off again. 1 second.
Okay. All right, guys. It's getting to that hour mark. I mean, this was a real good discussion, but you know, the giveaway was going to be 1,000 rounds of ammo to the winner, and the only way you could have won is if your first gun purchase was the same as my gun purchase. Now, I haven't seen my gun fly across anyone's chat right now. So
That's going to be tough.
it's going to be tough. So I do want to give away this 1,000 rounds of ammo.
And I had a few, man. I had the Jennings, the Bryco arms. I had a High Point. I had a Smith and Wesson 357.
wow.
Damn.
Man, I had a Lorson. I mean, I had a lot of old stuff, man. But we're talking about 24, 25 years ago, 25 years ago, 26 years ago. Man, that time flies.
All right, so this is my first gun that I ever purchased right here in this piece of paper. So now the first person that I see on chat that knows the first gun that I purchased gets 1,000 rounds of ammo.
There you go.
The first person. Now, Rick, I'm
686.
sorry, Rick, you out of this. I don't think
Beretta.
we actually talked about that.
The what?
Oh, hold on. What is that? There we go.
Is that the one?
Did somebody?
He's missing a couple of words, I think. Oh shit.
No one's been watching my stuff.
6226.
Christian Vega. You won 1,000 rounds of ammo, brother.
Oh, dope. Man, I could use that.
So the winner had to, no one posted that they bought a CZ75.
Yeah.
So I had to put it out there that whoever can figure out what was my first gun purchase gets that 1,000 rounds of ammo.
So you didn't like the CZ75?
That thing had like a 6-pound trigger, double action.
Hey man, I love CC. I love CC. That's my favorite.
The SPO1 compared to the CZs out now.
Yeah, but you just gotta do what do your work on it, and it will be a great gun, man.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad. That wasn't like my Davis Industries Chrome 380.
Yeah, I'm making now. I'm preparing one, the P01. That's gonna be my everyday carry, but I'm doing some work on it.
All right, so I put it out there for everybody. Christian Vega, you won 1,000 rounds of ammo. So hit me up on Mr. Blackson at teamblacksmithllc.com. Send me your info.
I think that Christian Vega, he's one of my follower and your followers too.
All right, cool, awesome. So hit me up with your info on Mike Blackson, Mr. Blackson, teamblacksmithllc.com, and I'll have that ammo shipped right out to you, brother. Congratulations.
Oh, look, it say Cajun Go Work 6075 is a great first. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
of course that.
Yeah.
Of course that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All souped up. But what we got here? One. Damn, see?
Yep.
Look, if I had
Hey.
that.
Major Havoc. That's what I'm gonna do. That's how I'm working now. The Cajun Gunworks Pro package, and I gotta get that optic cut too. So
See, everybody's throwing Cajun Gunworks on there. If I had a Cajun Gunworks CZ75, I would still have it.
And when you bought that CZ75, you didn't probably know what Cajun Gunworks was, right?
No, I didn't.
yeah, back then, yeah, probably not. Yeah.
I didn't know any of these gunsmiths out there.
Hey, I love my CC, man. That's what I choose for competition, and I love it.
All right, so congrats again to Christian. Again, hit me up, drop me your info, and I'll get that ammo shipped out to you by the end of the week. Well, ordered by the end of the week, depends when they get it shipped out to you. So just specify 115 grain or 124 grain. Oh, I don't know, 147 grain. Let me know what it is, and I'll get some nice high quality ammo out to you. None of that munitions, 99 cents a box ammo. That doesn't run in anything but a Glock.
Steel case, you want to get some 9mm steel case ammo?
Oh, jeez.
Steel case. hey, I remember back then when this mega store used to sell ammo that you find I think was the brand the tool ammo. It was like $7. Yeah, $7 a case of 50. I shot plenty of those too, man.
Hey, you get what you can get, man. And make
yeah.
That's what we don't know any better.
Yep.
Man. Whatever the budget allows, hey, make it work. But
exactly.
I look at it as, if you have a Porsche and you go in there and say, hey, put a used tire on there, the guy will look at you like,
yep.
So if you got a high-end gun, I'm sorry, some sacrifices have to be made. You got to get high-end quality ammunition to run through it. So don't skip on ammunition when you got a $2,000 gun.
Yep, exactly.
Get the right ammo for your gun, and watch out. And this is another thing. Watch out for certain ammos when you got ported or comp guns. Like the one, you really should stay away from blazer ammo. The bullets not. You're
gonna start getting fragments out of the ports, right?
Yeah, I mean, real bad. I shot one gun. I mean, it was just hitting shrapnel all in my arm. That's why I wear long sleeve shirts now every time I shoot. But Hitman, what's up, man? Oh, we hit that hour mark. I don't know. I'm not used to going past an hour. I know 2A can run like 3 or 4 hours and keep
Not
the
that
party
long.
going.
But I go probably about 2 hours usually.
2 hours.
Usually. But you guys, I mean, for me, like right now, it's 6 o'clock my time. It's 9 o'clock your time,
Yeah,
right?
9 o'clock.
Yeah, dog. If I was 9 o'clock, I'd be shutting it down too. I'd be shutting it down too.
But I think this was a great topic. Thanks 2A in LA, my man Ricky R in Tactical. You guys are great.
Yes, sir.
Thanks to Trayvon, #1 dope instructor. Look, pick these guys up. I mean, if you haven't, I'm sure everyone that's on here right now checks, watches 2A in LA. Hit up R in Tactical, watch his stuff. He really reaches out to his community, Puerto Rican community, a lot of Spanish YouTube content. And like I said, I love the way you mix it up, Spanish, English, and just go back and forth. Makes it very easy for people.
Exactly.
To watch your channel.
Thank you, man. I apprciate that.
I watched the video today, and I was like, I think my Spanish is getting better. I need.
Oh yeah.
I watched the one you did with Team Blacksmith.
Oh, you watched that one?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like I said, you guys are naturals. Y'all get on here. It just works. So I'm trying to, have whatever you guys rub off on me, so it makes it less cumbersome and less effort to do these lives and actual videos. I'm telling you, take number 200 on a lot of my videos my reviews that I do. Like little things I mess up, I got to start all over.
Well, it doesn't show, bro, because I love watching your content. There's certain guys, and it's not just because I know you and I like you and I know you're a good guy. Mm-hmm. Even before we met or talked, I really, really appreciated the quality of the firearms, the way you explained them, the way you broke them down. I think you do great job.
No, I appreciate it, man. Especially what you bring to the table, man. Like I said, when I first met you, when I came out there, man, it was just like, I don't know, I thought I was in Hollywood. I was kind of starstruck there for a minute. I got a little tongue-tied. I was like, oh, man, this guy right here, boy. But next level stuff, man. Appreciate you, man, all the support you've given me, giving me shout-outs, connecting me with your subscribers and followers. Like I said, a lot of people would not do that. That's real talk. And like I said, I've seen a lot of YouTubers with locally, with millions of subscribers. And they kind of have, not that I'm not calling nobody out, but they kind of look down at people. It's like, all right, that okay. It's
Right.
Especially when it comes to us, us as, brothers in the community, being black in the community. I mean, it's important that, we come together and always bring each other up.
100%.
Like it's great if you're up there. You don't just pull people up instead of looking down and like you don't want to connect, don't want to talk. And like I said, it shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't. Like this right here, this is how it always should be. Cracking up. We all got our individual lives. We all got our individual success, how we define it, how it works for us. And just because someone's not in the same lane or doing exactly what you do, all right, we got all different paths. We all got different roads that we're going down to how we determine success for ourselves and how we enjoy it. So, when you see us out there, this is who you're going to meet. You're not going to meet some phony guy that's on your YouTube channel. You're like this, but in person, it's like, no, you're going to meet the same people. That's why I connect with these guys. When I meet them in person, they're the same. Nothing's different about them. Attitude, demeanor, the respect, the love.
Hey, we do our stuff for the subscriber, right? For the people out there that watching us. So why change for them, right? So I gotta be me, and that's me everywhere that I go. Every time that I see a subscriber, I just, they say, hey, Ricky, how you doing? I go, I talk to them. It's why I gotta be like, kind of like, I don't want to say the word, but you know what I'm trying to say. So, hey, I'm here for them. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
And they are the one that put it on the spot that we are.
That's true.
100%.
And Tuole always says, this channel is not nothing without you guys. I mean, that's true. And you throw that in all the time, and people keep glossing over that. I see that. I was like, Ben, I was going to use that. But you gotta trademark that phrase. You gotta trademark your whole intro. But all right, guys, I hit on that hour mark. It's 9:00 over here. I got someone knocking on my door, so
handle your business.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long night. But I appreciate you too, LA. I'll see you down in
January, right? Yeah, show.
Yeah. So I got to get my paperwork and registration together. So I should be knocking that out this week.
Yeah, I gotta say thanks to Dean. Dean just subscribed to my channel. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's what's up. Subscribe, share. Come on, man. Pass around everyone that's on this channel. 2A in LA. I'm telling you, the guy's like nothing else compared to what other. No disrespect to anybody else, but the level of content he's putting out matches anyone else who has 1 million, 2 million subscribers. I mean, hands down. If you're not subscribed or sharing his channel, just come on, pick it up. This guy's next level. Do it. Let's do this stuff. Come on. But all right, guys, that's all I got for tonight. Thank you for joining. Big ups, much respect. Next live, it'll be a holiday live.
There you go.
A lot more giveaways. I'm looking around in my room. A lot of stuff that I'm not going to be using. So, like I said, and there may be a watch giveaway too. I'm big on Invicta watches. As you know, I bought a couple. Me and Ricky was talking about them. So maybe watch giveaways too. So be on the lookout for that. But again, thanks, guys. Have a great night. 2LA, I'll be seeing you at SHOT Show. Hopefully Ricky will be there with me. We can turn it up.
I hope I see you there, brother, too.
Hit me up like, a couple weeks. Let's try to plan out, figure out where everybody's staying so we can kind of coordinate what days you're going to be there and all that so we can make sure maybe some introductions I can help you guys with.
Oh,
I'll be
that'd be
down there with Overt. They know every damn body.
all right, cool. That's what's up.
So we'll make
All
it
right,
happen.
guys. All right, sounds good. Thanks again, guys. Have a great night, and we will see you on the next live. Team Blacksmith, let's talk shop.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Okay,
Thank you.
guys.
See you guys.